Next, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to invite to share a few words with all of us is my colleague, Marc Veasey, from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area. Congressman Veasey, I know Texas is a state of proud patriots, and they must have been very proud when we read from the Constitution earlier this year at the beginning of our session. That document is the basis of a lot of what makes our country so appealing to those people from all over the world who want to come here and contribute to this great nation, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what being a citizen is like and what it means to you and the folks in your district, and many of whom protect and defend our great nation?
Congressman Cardenes, thank you very much for doing this. I would like to thank my friend from the Golden State of California for leading this important discussion. And I'm also very proud that this is a very diverse group that is here today to talk about the importance of citizenship and diversity. As it was pointed out a minute ago, Steny Hoyer, our whip, he is talked about his background and him being a first-generation American, and so many of the contributions and so many of the things that make America what it is today. It is because of immigrants, and this discussion is very important. And Congressman Hoyer is right. We need to pass a comprehensive immigration reform bill because it's the right thing to do. When you talk about the growth, and you look at the growth domestic product, U.S. personal income, I can tell you in my own personal state of Texas what immigrants mean to our vibrant economy. We have so many people that are moving to our state every day, and much of that success that we are experiencing in Texas, the Lone Star State, particularly in Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, is because of immigrant growth. And this week we celebrate 226 years since the U.S. Constitutional Convention was signed into law. Since that time, America's Constitution has been seen as the backbone for the rights and freedoms of all U.S. citizens. The U.S. Constitution is the epitome of what it means to be an American citizen in our country. September the 17th, the day it was adopted, is a day to celebrate what this document means for those who have become or who aspire to be U.S. citizens. Throughout our nation's history, immigrants have embraced the spirit of liberty, justice, and equality for all. These are the same principles that guided the framers of the Constitution as they built a stronger republic. The Founding Fathers felt that the people who immigrated and spent years building lives in this country deserved citizenship. We should have that same spirit today in this body. They were keenly aware that making new immigrants wait a long time for citizenship denied them the very rights that Americans had just fought to claim for themselves. By guaranteeing a uniform rule of naturalization, the Constitution presupposes an immigrant nation. Let's join the framers by pledging to support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America. Each year during the following Citizenship Day, we recognize the newest members of the American family as they pledge allegiance to our Constitution and naturalization ceremonies across our great country. This week, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services will welcome over 18,000 new U.S. citizens during more than 180 naturalization ceremonies held across the country. As thousands take their first step towards the American dream, we must all recognize the obstacles that still exist for so many others who long to contribute to the next chapter of America's story. The steps towards becoming a citizen are riddled with difficult, confusing, and very, very expensive hurdles. In addition to the costs and bureaucracy, there are also some individuals in the community preying on immigrants, taking their money, and telling them they are guaranteed citizenship. Our national economic, social, and cultural vibrancy are the direct result of labor and efforts of generations of immigrants. According to the Center for Study of Immigrant Integration at the University of Southern California, income rises an average of 8 to 11% when immigrants become citizens. Delaying and ignoring real problems in our broken immigration system for political purposes has not brought solutions. It's only brought heartache for the many families who wish to assimilate and make America stronger. In the spirit of Citizenship Day, I stand with my colleagues to recognize the many benefits that immigrants bring to the United States of America. Ms. Velasquez Acosta came to this country from El Salvador and became a naturalized U.S. citizen. Now her son Sam works in the office of a member of the United States House of Representatives. In fact, he serves the constituents of the 33rd Congressional District in the congressional office that I represent. He is a truly a living person that can tell you the benefits of immigration, he and his family. And I believe that there's a level of optimism because I see it in Sam and I see it in so many others who reside in the 33rd Congressional District, a level of optimism that immigrants have historically brought to this country and to our state. When you bring new people into the American family, you energize and get others involved. We must focus on the urgency of helping the almost 9 million legal permanent residents who are eligible for citizenship in this country. We must help them take those final steps towards the American dream so they can fully become a part of the democratic process. That's what it's all about. Today we must rededicate ourselves to pass comprehensive immigration reform. This fair, common-sense system would include a pathway to citizenship for those here now, a family reunification system, and a market-based structure that meets legitimate labor needs, protecting both the interests of American workers and industry. As a nation of immigrants, let us celebrate the long line of aspiring citizens who have had a positive impact on our history. Immigrants have enriched our character, contributed to our economy by founding businesses and creating jobs, and have sacrificed their livelihoods so that they could defend our freedoms and secure a brighter future for our children. The man who signed our Constitution 226 years ago envisioned the United States as a land of opportunity. Today, as legislators, we are charged with building on that same vision, and our nation will be stronger for it. I yield back the balance of my time and thank my friend from California for using this time to talk about something that is so important to our country. We can no longer wait. The time is now. Thank you, Mr. Cardenes.